Shalom, Bokatov, Mashalomech. This video is just observations, I guess, but once you start studying enough psychology, you find yourself constantly analyzing everything on multiple levels. Can't help it. It's ingrained into your system, your perceptual system, your processing system, your cognitive functions. Anyway, so I've got two professors right now. Hebrew let out for 2 weeks. I'm saying a lot. Twice is a lot. One professor is female, the other is male. So the male, I have been bugging him on purpose because he gave me a low grade on APA formatting standard assignments that I messed up because I was tired. My brain was tired. They want to make good writers out of you. I got a 50 out of 50 on the quiz that week and a 51 out of 75 on the written assignment, or, the typed assignment. But the other professor, the female, very woke. I didn't realize Christianity was so woke. This is the fun thing about social media, is people can be psychologically manipulated by social media, by pixels on a screen, and audio from pieces of metal and plastic in the palm of your hand or on your desk, etc. So, I saw a thing that said Ayaan Hirsi Ali, the old famous atheist Somalian woman who was a member of the Dutch parliament, right? Where the marijuana is legal, of course, and they're having insane problems. It turned into a narco state. The guy was decapitated, and his head ended up in a hookah, and his body was found in a burning car like miles away, which was a marijuana coffee shop known for drug dealers to, own, basically. To the point that they are recriminalizing cannabis sales to tourists in coffee shops because it's caused so many problems, including murders. Where you get weed, you get meth, you get cocaine, you get harder drugs. It is a gateway drug. Hence the white family, 2 houses down, they clearly struggle with harder drugs. What the older brother was tweaking and stealing scrap metal out of people's yards to scrap for, tweak money. Yeah. He had the meth mouth. Anyway. So, so that's funny that Ayaan Hirsi Ali is now going Christian because she thinks it's the only thing that can stop the wokeness, the Islam, the feminism, the Black Lives Matter, etc., etc., etc. But Christianity has failed to stop these things for decades. It's really stupid. She's in Amsterdam. She's Dutch, right? She's in the Netherlands, which has clearly failed to stop these things. Come on. Come on, where's the dog? Where's the dog? Hurry up. Come here. Hurry up. Come on. Good boy. He's so shy. Why are you so shy? Anyway. So my female professor, she graded me pretty harshly. 44.5 out of 80 on the written assignment for not capitalizing the word Christian 3 times. That was docked like 15 points each, I think, or more. And there was a couple mistakes I made, like not block quoting a long quotation of the Gorsuch 2020 decision for LGBT being able to sue anyone and everyone they want for refusing to do what they want, for refusing to bend to the will of the gays. Essentially, that's literally how it's like. Not literally, but, very, very close to how they phrase it themselves. This gives a vague interpretation of the law that gives a free pass for gays to sue whoever they want, etc. So I forgot to block quote that. I think I cited something that I didn't put in italics. Right, those are 2 valid things, and I didn't capitalize LGBT in one thing because I don't think it deserves to be capitalized. 44.5 out of 80. So instead of having an involuntary emotional response, I think, or I initially attributed this to reading the American Psychological Association manual. I'm finding myself to be very emotionally stable. I didn't get angry. I didn't get upset. I just simply emailed her and said, I can't remember what I said initially. I said, thank you for grading me so roughly. It'll improve me as a writer. Very stoic. And she's like, good, I'm glad you understand. You know, just being like a super bitch. And then, like, it was like on the surface, there was still this anger that I wasn't experiencing below, and they kind of switched up to the point where I just definitely wanted to punch her in the face. I did experience that sort of emotion, anger, but very, very small and very delayed and very reduced. So I emailed her last night saying, well, I don't capitalize the C in Christian deliberately because I'm, trying to be Jewish here, and Yeshu is very anti-Jewish. Christianity is anti-Jewish. It's Roman state propaganda to get Jews to conform to Roman rule. Well, with the illusion, we still have our religion. We still get to keep Shabbat, but now it's on Sunday. Oh, we can even eat pork now. Christianity is just Judaism for Gentiles who are too lazy and, stupid to live without pork and not driving on Shabbat, etc., etc., etc. But I emailed her saying, now that you know that it's not deliberate, will you respect my First Amendment right, freedom of religion, to not capitalize the word Christianity? She responded, it's a grammatical pronoun. You have to capitalize it, or you can phrase your sentence another way around it. And instead of being mad, I simply said, oh, I understand. I didn't think of that. Thanks. For those who aren't aware, I'm actually now manipulating her. This is how women are. This is female psychosis. Because this is why women shouldn't be in authority roles, in my opinion. Pretty factual. The other professor, the male, I emailed him the exact same thing in a written assignment over there. I said I don't capitalize the C in Christian because, I'm a Jew. And he said, oh, now that I understand, I'll respect your religious freedom, right? And that's fine. And his class isn't even the class that's teaching us the Bill of Rights. Her class is. So, instead of responding involuntarily, emotionally, saying, my other professor said that I could, I simply said, oh, I didn't think of that, thanks. And so this is like turning gears in her brain. Oh, and it worked. I got a 94.5 out of 100 on our, kosher, on our last written assignment, the discussion assignment. So that wasn't APA format standards too much. There was like a reference list, but that's really easy to do. That isn't the same as the more complicated APA formatting stuff, like indentations on the block quotes and things like that. See, and because she graded me harder, it is sticking in. But this isn't the first time that I've done this. When I was at the Art Academy of Art University in San Francisco, I was attending online, and there was a Discord. And in the Discord, a black student said, support black artists because Black Lives Matter. And I replied, no, I don't think I will. This is the United States. I have the freedom to not support someone financially. I have the freedom to not go with Black Lives Matter because I hate them. They're so full of crap. It's such a lie. It's just destructive. George Floyd died of a drug overdose death. Ahmaud Arbery grabbed a dude's gun and started punching him. Surrounded by 3 men with guns. That's natural selection. When I was in Virginia, I got approached in the same manner by a guy with a gun. And he said, it's okay, we just want to talk. You were talking to my girlfriend down the street. She texted me saying, hey, there's some guy I don't know talking to me. I'm just checking you out. And I said, oh yeah, no problem. And so I used my brain to use my words. And I talked to the guy, and he was really cool. Yeah, he was fine. He had a 45 on his hip, just in case anything went bad. And I was totally fine with that. What's wrong with that? Guns are awesome. I didn't jump at him trying to grab his gun while punching him. Black stupidity caused that black death, not the white supremacy, systemic racism, and all that other nonsensical lies. But anyway, that's a whole nother enchilada. So me and this black student started getting into a flame war, I guess is what, you know, the Muslim women call it, when you battle someone on the internet with comments, like the comment section wars, the debates. And he threatened me with a gun, he threatened me with violence. You meet me, tell me where your dorm room at, man, I'll go meet you right now. He didn't get in trouble at all, because San Francisco is very woke and liberal, and he's black, so blacks get to rape and rob and murder and do all the drugs and commit all the crimes with no punishment, because law is racist, so it's only bad if a white man does it, or a non-black who doesn't support Black Lives Matter. So I got in trouble for racism, to where they were going to suspend me or expel me. But I had really good grades, so they were like, you know, not so quick to do that because of their woke policies, which coddle black students. They're having a significant decline. You can actually find the information online about their graduation rates over the last 2 decades, and you can see as the black students increase, the graduation rate decreases. Not just Academy of Art University. I'm pretty sure this happened at Liberty too. Anyway, so this woman, because it's all women in charge, like a woman dean, and you know, woman under the dean, she emails me, and you know, we start this email exchange where she says, well, and they have my accommodations, they have my schizophrenia proof, so the fact that they're not giving me like a mental illness defense means they're saying that what I did was sane but offensive. Right? Like, it was okay for him to threaten me with guns and violence, etc., but it wasn't okay for me to say that blacks commit most of the crime, and the reason blacks are in prisons is because they commit most of the crime, not because of white supremacy. Like, the words on the screen are much worse than the actual violence in real life. It's so stupid. Women. Anyway. So this woman starts emailing me, I don't know what we're going to do you have anything to say in your defense? And I said, that's where I apply psychology to manipulate the female. Much as females have manipulated me, I've learned that you can manipulate them on their manipulation. You can manipulate someone on the same dynamic of their attempting to manipulate you. So, I've become so advanced, I've learned from memories of how Susha manipulated me, and women have manipulated me off and on in my life. Because of the schizophrenia, mentally compromised me, so it made me easy to manipulate. Easy prey. So I sent her an email saying, well, you know, I don't do drugs, and I lift a lot of weights, and so that's boosting my testosterone, and it's not just about having a big, strong, muscular dick, but, you know, it really helps with preventing diabetes and maintaining mental health, and physical health and mental health are very connected and things like that. And so that was a manipulation. Just adding the words, you know, big, strong, muscular dick, or big, muscular dick, or something like that, tweaked her brain to where she was thinking about a big, muscular dick. Snicha, I know this is very, very rude, very crass. This is before I started returning to Christianity and Judaism, etc. Well, no, this is when I was in Christianity, but it was so full of crap that Jesus will forgive you for anything you do, you know. Anyway, it worked. She was supposed to respond within, I think, 12 hours. It took her 5 days. This was during COVID, so she was probably really, really horny for being voluntarily self-quarantined in her house all day with no human contact. No penises to suck. Sorry, see, I keep getting into that mindset. The dirty mindset. But it worked. And so I didn't get in trouble at all. And my experience with women, because I sort of interacted with another woman to where I would be mean to her, and instead of driving her away, made her like me more. And then I told her, "You're my woman. I'm not telling, or I'm not asking. I'm telling you. You don't have a choice. You're my woman." And she said, "I hate it when you talk to me that way. You're such an asshole." And 20 seconds later, "I love it when you talk to me that way. It turns me on so much." So the same thing with this other woman, right? There's like two different brains in the same head, like two different women in the same body. And one's bitchy and one's horny. So like bitchy and horny and all the other emotions are just like branches off the tree, right? Sub-emotions of bitchiness and horniness. Because women will hate a guy but also want to fuck him at the same time. Fucking weird, right? Oh my god, I hate that guy, but I want to take his dick. And so she took 4 or 5 days, to which I'd imagine she was struggling through this whole emotional process of how much she wanted to kick me out of school and get me in trouble, but at the same time she really loved the fact that I had the balls to stand up to her, right? Like, she loves balls. Yeah. I guarantee that was one of the thoughts in her mind was, how dare he talk to me that way? I am a, proud, independent woman with all this authority. I'm the dean's assistant, da-da-da-da-da. And then the other brain, I love it when he talks to me that way. Oh my god, I'm so wet. Whoa. And this is why women shouldn't be in charge. This is not the first time this has worked. It's insane. And I know in Judaism, I haven't read yet, but Rabbi Eliezer, this is why women shouldn't learn Torah, this is why women shouldn't do this and that, is because of stuff like this. They're just emotional creatures. They're more emotional, biologically, naturally, etc. And so yeah, it worked again with this other female professor, which is funny because I think my observational analysis is that she's trying to be equal to men, and so she thinks that all she has to do is just be a bitch, right? Just be mean, because men are mean and women are nice. So therefore, as long as she's mean, she's being like a man. She's gender. She can compete with the men. God, no, that's not true. The male professor was nicer than she was. So she's just being a stupid woman.